What's going on, guys? And I just realized something is off with my camera. Alright, I'm back. It is fixed. Anyway, that was the quickest be right back ever. What is going on, guys? Welcome to another late live stream. It is 12:30 Eastern time, but believe it or not, even though you guys know, you guys keep me up till 4 a.m. every single day, it seems like at this point, and I don't sleep anyway. I'm actually not tired. The last two nights, I've been tired as hell. I'm not tired at all right now. So, I took like a little 45-minute nap earlier. And if you guys have watched my streams before, I've told you. I take a little bit of a nap. I can take a 10-minute nap, and next thing you know, I feel like I slept for like 4 hours. So, here I am. I know people are complaining, oh, you scheduled it for 12:15, and when I set up the stream, I just picked the time that it's already on, because I'm like, oh, I'm about to go soon, and then okay, I'm uploading the video, and the video's taking too long to upload, and then I'm like, oh, I want to go pee real quick before I jump on stream. Let me grab a couple extra waters because my throat's going to be damaged from all this pleasure. But not only you guys getting this stream, hold on, you are also getting a video, and I hope you know now the YouTube algorithm is doing me dirty because my Nate Diaz video I marked as it should have been monetized, and it was not monetized. And I uploaded it like 3 separate times to try to get it pleasured. Get it pleasured. I just read the here for the pleasure as I'm saying that. To get it monetized. And now I have a low rating, so now I have to wait for them to check each video before it gets monetized. So it's annoying. It's annoying. But anyway, that video, I'll probably release it while we're on stream. It's going to take about probably 40 minutes for it to even get through the checks process. So now I have to hopefully get back to an accurate rating on YouTube. It's really annoying. But anyway, here I am. Yeah. I don't know where we're going with this, but thank you, Fries, for the 20 months of membership. And I hope you've been enjoying 20 long months of pleasure. Okay. I'm just going to jump right in a random spot. It's because you've been pacing your pleasure, given that's why you're not tired. Yeah, dude, I've been on. What did you? Well, let me take a look real quick. Well, let me see how long the streams you guys have been getting. Unbelievable streams. You guys had gotten last night. You got 2 hours and 46 minutes out of me. The night before, I think, was this 2 different streams? I don't know. Wednesday, you got an hour live chat, but then I came back later that night with 2.5 hours of pure pleasure. Let me see if I'm wearing the same shirt I am. So, yeah. There you go. Anyway, let's go until 7 a.m. I don't know about all that. Look, when I get to 10K subscribers, I'm going to do like a 4-hour stream. At least a 3-hour, but if not a 4-hour stream, 10K stream. I'll probably try to start around like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And then just go till like 2 in the morning. If I start at 8. Wait a second. Whoa. If I start at 9, maybe go to like 2 in the morning. That's almost a 5-hour stream right there. But yeah. Already spent $60 on the membership. Appreciate it. 60 buckaroons. MMA Joey After Dark is a mythical MMA YouTuber. That I am. MMA Joey, the Cracker After Dark. That's what I should have titled it. The Cracker After Dark. Damn, my chat was bugging. Anyway, guys, like this stream as well. Hey, I'm coming all night long, but please don't back up. Please don't. What? I don't even. What is that even about, Jack, dude? Pause. Big pause right there. I was looking at your most popular streams, Joey. It's mad surprising one and Bellator are above UFC because UFC's oversaturated. So a lot of people are already watching, other UFC streams or whatever. But yeah, it is weird. I've noticed that live while I'm doing them. That they get crazy views because no one else is doing them. But I hope to build up the live streams, the UFC live streams, because sometimes, like for the lesser cards, I mean, it's horrible turnout for the horrible UFC cards. So if you guys are in here and you think about joining the fight live streams, you start joining the fight live streams. We have a good time while we're watching the fights too. Connor's still not in the USADA pool is crazy. Agreed. Dude's using PEDs. Oh, that's what Kamaru told Tyron Woodley. Hey, I'm coming all night long. Please don't back up. Please don't back up. Definitely got to stream one Friday. Might do big views with DJ fighting. Oh, damn, that's already here. That's wild. That is wild. That is I can't believe that's already here. I remember they announced it, and I'm like, damn, they're doing that like 7 months away. And here we are. We're already to it. I'll probably stream one. What time is it? Does anybody know what time the main card is? I added it to my soundboard on Discord in a server with some of my friends, and Usman saying I'm coming all night long. That's funny. I heard Bilal was walking around 13 pounds heavier than normal when he accepted the fight with Gilbert. Yeah, I remember some people were sharing, like apparently he was joking and said he's 44 pounds over. Luckily, that's not true. But yeah, I don't think he would have taken it if he didn't think he could make it. But I am still a little bit nervous about them making weight. That does make me nervous. I hope they both make weight. I hope they both make weight. I don't want to see anybody miss weight because then that delegitimizes a win. How confident are you in McGregor taking steroids? He admitted it himself, so I know for a fact he is. If you're going to stream one, you should stream BKFC. I hate BKFC. I'm not streaming BKFC. Isn't that a pay-per-view? I'll be damned. I'll be damned if I buy a BKFC pay-per-view. And I'm not into looking up weird sites and all that shit like that. I'm just doing what's easy. Looks like it starts at 8. I can't wait for your Sterling Cejudo prediction. My grading UFC 288 video is coming out. I slacked today. I really slacked today. I should have got it done earlier. But I was just chilling a little bit tonight. And the next thing you know, 8 o'clock turned into 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock turned into 10 o'clock. Then I was like, oh, I'm going to jump in the shower real quick. And then I had to make all my extra side-by-sides that I needed. And then I had to make my graphic and come up with my grade. And then next thing you know, boom. Here we are. Hoping Stipe slips on a banana peel. He may. He may. The Sterling Cejudo prediction is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to doing it. I got to get on Jump on Graphics. I can't believe it's already Saturday. Oh, my goodness. This shit stresses me out. You guys have no idea. When I got all these videos to do, I start getting stressed. I'm like, damn, I got to pump out this video and that video. I wanted to do a Cody Garbrandt video today. He's fighting Mario Batista. I just feel like I'm constantly falling behind in videos. I never did my Raul Rosas Jr. video. I just gave up on that at this point. But yeah, luckily 288. I mean, it sucks from a fan standpoint of view, but luckily it's not too crazy. So I don't have to do a million prediction videos because that gets really stressful and tough. Because the problem is I don't like to do them if I'm tired because then I'm not really thinking straight. So I have to be like well rested to do them. Batista Garbrandt is close. Garbrandt just might beat him. I don't know. Simon is my favorite fighter. That's out of the ordinary. Joey, today our barking coach, had us in this steam room shadow boxing for 15 minutes straight. It was 130 in there. Humid. My socks and shirt were drenched and eucalyptics burned my nose and stuffy hard to breathe. That sounds like you're about to pass out and die in there. Don't be too hard on yourself. You're doing a lot. Appreciate you, my friend. I just always feel like I'm falling behind. I need more time in the day. I'd have liked to pump out 2 or 3 videos today. And I'm just like, damn, if I'd have done this video, what if it had done this or done that or popped off? And here we are. Here we are, my friend, and I missed out on it. But I'm going to keep doing what I need to do. But the road to 10K, we are so close, I can almost taste it. I just wish I could already have this video out, but it's still being checked by YouTube. Only 50% checked. Because that Nate Diaz video screwed up my self-monetization. Still got the special edition video to do on Joe Martinez too. It's been hectic. You know what's funny? You know what's absolutely hilarious? MMA. You know the guy I always tell you about, MMA bobblehead? He makes the bobbleheads that I bought. I wish this was a Joe Martinez. He unveiled, he did a Bruce Buffer. Why is it not on his website? He announced today he did a Bruce Buffer bobblehead. It's an autographed Bruce Buffer bobblehead. And it has a button. It has audio where it says, I'm assuming it says it's time. So, Bruce Buffer, I don't know why it's not audio bobblehead. I wanted to see how much it was. I don't see it. I seen it on his... Let me go to his Twitter. Okay, now Twitter's not working. Okay, MMA bobblehead. He's a small business, so I'm assuming he just doesn't have it fully updated yet. The audio, Bruce Buffer. Yeah, it says it's time. It looks pretty sick. I kind of want it, but I would like to know how much it is. It says now available. I can't find the link. I can't find the link. So, but look, I'll share it in the chat. I'm thinking about buying it. If it's not too expensive, I'd like to buy it just to put it in the background. Look, it looks like this. I'll post a tweet he tweeted out. If you guys want to go check it out real quick. Do you think Whitaker dismantles Duplessis easily? Yes. Easy win. Speaking of Cejudo, crazy to think he lost to Joseph Benavidez. Dude, Cejudo's a little bit overrated, to be honest. That's badass, but a Martinez making some noise one would be impossible to pass up. Oh, for sure. For sure. Even if I didn't want to pay for it, I'm sure we could rally behind some subscribers to pay for it. I'm sure we could. I don't know why it doesn't have the new one on his thing. I don't know why it's not. He has a Big John McCarthy one. Ew, who would buy that? I have DC. I have Dustin. I didn't want Brian Ortega. I didn't want dumbass Misha Tate. I didn't want Derek Lewis. I got Nick Diaz. I didn't get Uriah Faber, not Uriah Hall. Yeah, so. I like to see Whitaker catch Duplessis with that 1-2 head kick combo he always throws. That honestly may be the combo that finishes him. He always throws that, and Dricus is just wide open at all times. Just wide open at all times. Pause. He just sits there wide open, ready to be taken advantage of. So, make some noise if you are ready. I like how people are just posting that in the chat. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek at my UFC 288 video. I threw a little fire department joke in there with Stipe Miocic. I threw a little fire department joke with Stipe Miocic in there. So, yeah. What in the hell? Okay, let's see what I got here. I knew it. Boom. Joe, what are your picks for tomorrow's card, and are you streaming tomorrow? I will be streaming tomorrow. I guess I got to do my full card picks while I'm on here. Ooh, this card's ugly. I'm not very confident in my picks on this one, but let me take a look. Let me take a look. Let's do full card picks real quick. I almost forgot to do them, to be honest, because this card is so ugly. All right, let's. Luckily, it's not that many not that many fights. Haley Conway versus Jamie Lynn Horth. I'm going to be honest. I've never seen either one of these girls fight before. So I have no idea who to pick. I think it's a toss-up in general. Let me see what kind of competition they faced. 2-0, 1-2, 2-1, 5-5, 9-3-1, 3-1, 3-2. Both of them have fought abysmal competition. 5-8 to 5-7, 69.3 versus 67-inch reach. Seems like most people are picking Horth. I'm going to be honest, this is a straight-up shot in the dark. I do see a win for Horth over a 9-3 fighter. And Haley Cowan, maybe I seen this Dana White Contender Series fight, but I don't remember it. And she lost to a 1-2 fighter 3 years ago. I'm going to go Horth by decision, but honestly, this fight's a 50-50 fight, and I don't care about it at all, and I've never seen either one of them fight, or I may have, but I remember. All right, moving up on the card, Journey Newsome versus Marcus McGee. McGee coming in on short notice. This was originally supposed to be Brian Kelleher versus Journey Newsome, which I probably would have took Kelleher. McGee only 6-1, fought horrible competition, lost to a 6-1 guy. Journey Newsome has been like the local battering ram in the UFC. Not battering ram, just guy to get destroyed. He's 34 years old. I don't know, man. I've never seen Marcus McGee fight. See, there's a lot of unknowns on this card. Journey Newsome I've seen, and he's just never looked good, but he is not fighting horrible competition. I don't know, man. I don't trust Journey Newsome at all. Dude's got finished quite a few times. I don't know. I'm going to pick Journey Newsome, but I don't feel good about it because I can't trust Marcus McGee coming in on like 4 days notice. I don't know if he's ready. I don't know what kind of shape he's in. I'm going to go Journey Newsome by decision. If I remember, I didn't think he looked terrible against Sergey Morozov. Moving up the card, what a barn burner. Stephanie Egger versus Irina Alexiev. Irina, she's the one that just recently missed weight. Edgar's 34 years old. She's 8-3. She beat Aline Perez in her last fight. Lost to Mayra Bueno Silva. Got not a bad loss. Beat Jessica Rose Clark. Beat Shayna Young. She gets a decent amount of finishes. Lost to Tracy Cortez. See, these picks are horrible. This is why I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm going to go Stephanie Egger by decision just because I know more about her. She has a little bit of a reach advantage. She's fought okay competition. Losing to Mayra Bueno Silva isn't terrible. Losing to Tracy Cortez isn't terrible. Where Alexiev is coming from Bellator. Inactive. Been out for a year and a half. Second fight. Like her second most recent fight is over 3 years ago. So no way I can pick her. Moving up the card. Finally a decent fight compared to the rest of them. Cody Durden versus Charles Johnson. I don't think Cody Durden's good. Dude beat up JP Buys and Carlos Mota. Got absolutely starched by Mohamed Makayev. Charles Johnson lost to Ode Osborne. Not a horrible loss. It was a close fight. Beat the dog shit out of Jimmy Flicks. Been super active. I'm going Charles Johnson. Very gritty guy. Very hard to finish. Fought Mokaev, had a decent fight with him. Cody Durden's a bum, in my opinion. I'm going to go Charles Johnson by decision. It wouldn't shock me if Johnson TKO'd him, though. It wouldn't shock me if Johnson TKO'd him. Actually, I'm going to pick Johnson by, I'm going to say second round TKO. Because Durden's not good. He just wants to try to grapple. Has okay striking. Moving up the card, Martin Boudet versus Jake Collier. I don't know. Collier just finds a way to pull off wins sometimes. He lost to Chris Barnett, lost to Andrei Arlovsky, beat Chase Sherman, lost to Carlos Felipe, beat John Vellante. I feel like Jake Collier is better than his losses. But you have Martin Boudet, who I think he lost his last fight. I think if I remember correctly, against Lucas Brzezinski. I thought he lost that. He won split decision. Beat Chris Barnett. Came off Dana White's Contender Series before that. He's younger, taller, same reach roughly. I'm going Martin Buday via first round KO. Jay Collier's old, slow, not really in the best of shape. Josh Quinlan versus Trey Waters. I'm definitely going Quinlan at short notice. Quinlan looked very good. KO'd Jason Witt. Came off of Dana White's Contender Series. Didn't he test positive for something? He's 30 years old. I think he has a very promising future as long as the PEDs weren't indicative of his success. 6-0. Trey Waters coming in on short notice. Yeah, I'm going Quinlan TKO. Dude's powerful, has good striking, seems well-rounded. I'm going to go first-round KO for Quinlan as well. Warley Cortez Acosta versus Marcos Rogerio de Lima. Fight could go either way. Waldo Cortez Acosta is like a weird fighting style. Dude like gasses out but still fights somehow. I don't even know. These fights are, without doing like deep dives on them, it's so hard for me to pick these close of matchups. Marcus Rogerio de Lima is 37. Acosta's 31. I don't think Acosta's horrible, but like he's disappointed me in some of his fights. Like the Chase Sherman fight, I feel like he should have had a finish. Jarrett Vanderaa fight, I feel like he should have had a finish. He came off Dana White's Contender Series. He has a reach and height advantage. But in heavyweight, anyone can get KO'd. But Cortez is pretty tough and durable. But wins, it seems like he's winning majority decisions, right? Now he's got some good TKOs, KOs. Let's see what his losses are. But De Lima's pretty durable. I'm going to go 29-28 decision win for Cortez Acosta. I think his striking is a little bit cleaner. He's pretty durable. Hopefully improved his stamina a little bit. Moving up the card, finally a decent fight. Julian Erosa versus Fernando Padilla. Making his UFC debut, Fernando against Julian Erosa. I picked Julian Erosa in his last fight, got KO'd by Alex Caceres. It's only 2 months ago. Took 2 months off before KO. No, that can't be right. That must be wrong. That's got to be wrong, right? If that was 2 months ago, dude, I don't trust him coming back that quickly. So Julian Erosa may get KO'd. 26-33, Erosa's 33, 6'1", 6'1", 74-76. Reach advantage for Fernando Padilla. I feel like Julian Erosa may be coming back too soon. But I have to go with him. He's the more known commodity, decent skills, well-rounded fighter. I'm going to say Julian Erosa via decision. But I don't like the fact he's coming back 2 months later, if that's accurate. 2 months later, after getting brutally KO'd by Alex Caceres. Moving up the card, featured fight on the main card, Cody Brundage versus Rodolfo Vieira. Cody Brundage just got massacred in his last fight against Mikel Osheshek. I got Rodolfo Vieira in this one. Probably gets him down and submits him, to be quite honest. Rodolfo Vieira has a slight reach advantage. He's 33 years old. Cody Brundage beat Trey Shangor by KOing him. Beat Dalcha Lugimbula. Not a great win. Lost to Nick Maximoff, who's an absolute bum outside the UFC. Yeah, I'm going Rodolfo Vieira. But Cody Brundage, Vieira doesn't have the best entries to takedowns. And Cody Brundage has okay wrestling. But I'm going Vieira via the sub. I think he gets him down and submits him. Moving up the card, this is a great fight. Caio Borralho versus Mikel Osheshek. I'm going Borralho. The method is unknown right now. I don't know how he pulls this one off. I feel like Osheshek's pretty good, pretty durable. He's coming off wins over Cody Brundage and Sam Alvey, though, where Caio Borralho is coming off a win over Makhmed Muradov and Armin Petrosian and Gadzi Omargadzi. Way better competition for Caio Borralho. Future contender. Reach and height advantage, even though it's slight. Probably in his prime. How does he get it done here? He's going to want to take him down and beat him up on the ground, but he has decent striking as well. But Osheshek has nasty power on the feet. I'm either going Caio Borralho via submission or decision. If Osheshek wins, I think it'll be via KO. I'm going to go Barallo decision. I think Barallo gets it done. Mixes in the grappling, lands on the feet. Gets it done on the feet. Moving up the card, I have a full breakdown and prediction for the main event. Song Yadong versus Ricky Simone. Yadong's a very good striker when he's moving forward. Ricky Simone is massive, crazy forward pressure, nonstop aggression. Whoever dictates the forward pressure in this fight will win this fight. I think Song Yadong's a little bit sharper on the feet, but he's not going to get any room to breathe. We saw Corey Sandhagen do it against him. I think if Song wins, he's going to have to clip Ricky Simone, put him out cold, or just hurt him badly and finish him. But I just don't think that happens. Ricky Simone's really good at grappling, really good at pressuring guys. He's relentless. You get up from the bottom, he takes you right back down. Beat Jack Shore in his last fight. Started it with the hands, finished him with an arm triangle. Beat Rafael Sunsao, KO'd him. Beat Brian Kelleher. Okay, that guy's a bum, but he beat him nonetheless. Won a decent win streak. Song Yadong, I'm very high on. Still very young, very athletic, very explosive. Originally, an early prediction before I watched fight tape. And I was going Song Yadong for sure. But then I watched fight tape and I saw how relentless Ricky Simone was. I'm going Ricky Simone via decision. I think he could get it done via submission as well. But I think Simone gets it done via via decision. I'm sorry. I was looking at something else when I said that. But yeah, I'm going Ricky Simone via decision. I think he's just relentless with the grappling. It's crazy the Song Yadong Corey Sandhagen was 7 months ago. Ricky Simone, just so relentless. But whoever's dictating the forward pressure will win this fight. Because Song Yadong does not fight well moving backwards. And Ricky Simone doesn't fight well moving backwards. And his takedowns aren't that good moving backwards either. So whoever's dictating the forward pressure will win this fight. And I believe that will be Ricky Simone. I am worried X Factor. 5-round fight. And 5-round fight, we don't know what their cardio is going to look like. Okay. Let me know what you guys think. Joey, why did my membership I just bought a week or two ago go away? What do you mean go away? It's still there right now. I don't know. You should be good to go. You should be good to go. I don't know why it would go away. That's nothing on my end. The only way it would go away, my guess, is if maybe you need to update your card on file or something that you have. That's the best I can guess with. But it's hard to say. It's very hard to say. But what do you mean? Let me know. It's still there right now. It's still there right now. So, I got an email. Says it will cancel. Maybe you have to what exactly does the email say? All right, let me move back up the chat to where I was before. Pause. He's wide open at all times. Joey's got so much dip on you, chip, fella. I don't know what that means. Joey, are you picks for tomorrow? You got my picks, and I am streaming tomorrow. I'm predicting Whitaker RKO. I was thinking Whitaker maybe people's elbow. Who wins, O'Malley or Sandhagen? I'd probably go Sandhagen. But it's a tough fight to pick. Yo, hey man, hope all is well. All is well. Hope all is well with you. Jessica Clark, that's the cute Australian chick. I'm not sure where she's from. Joe, you know what's crazy? Me and Tracy Cortez are on the couch with you on a 4K flat screen. That's awesome. Appreciate it. You're going to be streaming one next week, DJ Fighting, and it's a banger card. Yes, I will. You're going to be... Okay, read that. I think Charles Johnson's skills are super sharp. Just hasn't had a breakout winner performance yet. Yeah, he's just very well-rounded. I think he's going to be like a gatekeeper type guy. Boudet's going to push the pace that Collier can't keep up with. Probably. Collier doesn't have great stamina. Isn't it crazy that if Brunson actually finished Cannonier in the first round, we would have got Brunson versus Izzy too? Probably not. They would have figured something else out. The first time you have a chance at the top is the second one you go in and get a job at a restaurant or bar in a hotel and you can go in there for like 5 or 6 hours. What are you talking about? What weight class has the most least finishes by percentage? I have no idea. Remember when Chael said the Nogueira's brothers tried to feed a bus a carrot? He was talking... Okay, I don't know what that means, but all right. Yeah, I don't know about the membership thing. Where was I at? Rodolfo's not a safe pick. Yeah. What are some of your favorite combinations from a fighter? Rob's 1-2 head kick is on my list. I really enjoyed Nate Diaz 1-2. I'm trying to think of some other ones off the top of my head. It's hard to think of ones. It's like they never stand out until you're like watching fight tape. So I can't think of one right now. One will probably come to me though. Hamzat is being mismanaged horribly. Dricus Plessis career is progressing more than his. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Hamzat. There's something more behind the scenes. After Dricus beats Whitaker, do you think he'll have a championship fight next? He won't beat Whitaker, but yeah, he would have a championship fight next. Joe, you know what's crazy? I did my picks 2 days ago, and we picked the exact same people to win, not the same methods. That's crazy. That's insane. For all of them, I got an email. You have to see what the email says. Email says YouTube membership canceled. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. But your badge is still there. But maybe the best I can say is that if it cancels, then if you want to, just re-sign up for it. But that is weird. That it could be just an errant email or something. I can't really find anything on it. But just go into where you manage your memberships and see what it says and see if there's like a button to click renew. How would 2016 Conor versus current day Wonderboy go? I think Wonderboy would still mop the floor with him, to be honest. That it will end in 2 weeks? That's weird. This card is so mid. Yeah, this card is not good at all. Mike Perry versus Luke Rockhold will come on about 30 minutes after Simone versus Yudong. Could you stream that too? I'm not watching BKFC. I'm sorry. How would Kai Kara versus Kopp go? I think Kai Kara France would beat him. Probably finish him on the feet, honestly. But I mean, I don't know. But that's an interesting matchup. I wonder who Manel Kopp ends up fighting next now that he's not fighting. What's his name? Figgy. I'd love to know. But we'll see. I'm not, after Kopp's last performance, I'm not super high on him. No worries, I will check on it. Yeah, we'll figure it out, I'm sure. Wonderboy would beat Conor anytime. Agreed. I still find it funny. I was a member of the MMA holes because someone gifted to me, and I never watched them. Oh my god, that's an embarrassing. That's an embarrassing accolade to have. How would Izzy do versus Magomed? Magomed Ankalaev? I don't know. It'd be tough. That'd be a tough fight. Magomed Ankalaev is huge. I would say Izzy probably gets out grappled, but maybe if he bulks up the right way. Skill for skill, if they're the same size, I'd take Izzy. Wasn't O'Malley offered a title shot but declined it because he needed more time? I don't know that to be 100% true, but I feel like I heard that at some point in time, but I don't remember. But it wouldn't shock me. O'Malley's just training his grappling nonstop. Who's a bigger star, Izzy or John Jones? John Jones. Manel needs to humble himself. Yeah, Manel, I'm rooting against Manel now. Dude's a clown. Kopp versus Matt Schnell. That'd be a fun one, but Matt Schnell has a fight coming up. Kopp's a racist. What did he say? It was racist. I didn't hear that part. If your fans tied you down and had you watch two current UFC fighters bare knuckle fight, who would you want to see? Juliana Pena and who's that girl that just fought? She's from Contender Series. She just fought. I can't remember. It'd be Juliana Pena versus that one girl. Juliana Miller. That's what I want to say. Juliana Pena versus Juliana Miller. Magomed is too big for Izzy. I think he mixes in the wrestling too great. And affects and wins a decision. Probably. Kopp versus Makayev. Makayev said down for anyone. Do you believe Jorge deserved a title shot off his 3-fight win streak in 2019? It was debatable, but there really wasn't another like surging contender at that point in time. So yes. The second one, no. Who do you think Shavkat should fight next? If it's up to me, I'm booking him against Hamzat. That's the fight I want bad. That's the fight I want badly. All right, I'm dropping a video as we speak. It might not do great because of the timing, but it is done. It is out. Make sure you guys check it out after the stream. I just dropped the video. Killer Miller? Yeah. Who wins catchweight Juliana Pena versus Rose? What's the catchweight? Gamebred has been better than the UFC recently. I don't know about all that. Which UFC fighter should be sent to Taiwan to defend them from China? Juliana Pena. Sounds like nothing, no many, but it was at the time. Yeah, I didn't mind it at the time. Bro, I thought I lost a bet yesterday. I didn't log into FanDuel the whole day today. Until now, I noticed I cashed. How much did you cash for? How would Cejudo versus Brian Ortega go? I don't know. Brian Ortega would probably just land more powerful shots and beat him up, honestly. Cop is an absolute clown. Dude resorted to homophobia on Twitter. Pantoja owns that bum. Yeah, Cop. What I find funny is there were so many people crying about the word cracker. I yet to see somebody start crying about Cop's words, which Cop's words were way worse. Yeah, Cop. I wish. I'm gonna be rooting against Cop in his future fights. Dude's just, I mean, to act like that, to get that low, that's way too crazy. And also to call a dude that had a seizure, call him pussy. I think that's classless as well. Again, I'm not gonna clutch my pearls too much over words, but I just think it's really hilarious, the recent incitement of crying about the word cracker versus something that's actually, known to be offensive, and calling a dude that has a seizure, calling him stuff like that. Honestly, Joey, that's not a bad idea. Bilal versus Burns for the title breaker, then do Shavkat versus Hamzat for the next title shot. Push back Boers in line because he missed weight last time. So perfect fight. Yeah, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. But we'll see if it happens. We'll see what happens. But I like that. Where do you see Rafael Fiziev going after the Gaethje loss? I want to see him fight Jalen Turner. But I've resolved to. I thought Fiziev would be a future champ. I don't know if he will now. He's gonna have to rebuild. Who wins, Kayla Harrison or Cyborg? Cyborg for sure. I really don't get the Cejudo take. He's smaller and out of his prime. He has been out of the game for 3 years. Okay. I'm crying about Cop. Okay. I'm happy. I'm happy that you are. I just want to see the same people. I want to see the same level, if not more, outrage for what Cop did. Who wins bare knuckle fight, Sergey Pavlovich or Ngannou? I'll say Ngannou. Like 350, I already put some money on Juliana Rosa. That's awesome, man. I'm happy for you. I'm very happy for you. Kayla Harrison looks like a man, don't get me wrong, but she's got some cakes. Okay. Where does Chris Curtis go if he loses to Maivov? I don't know. He's going to be in a tough spot. He's going to be in a tough spot at that point. He'll probably have to fight someone else coming off a loss. Obviously. But he's already down to number 15. He might fall out of the rankings if he loses to Maivov. Now, and not that long ago, he arguably beat Gastelum, even with the headbutt. And had the Jack Hermanson fight been 5 rounds, he definitely would have won. I know that's all revisionist history. I'm just saying, I do think he's a top 15 fighter, but if he loses to Maivov, I think he'll slip out of the rankings. Sorry I'm late. What are your picks for tomorrow? Win me some money. Dude, I wouldn't trust my picks for tomorrow, to be honest. There's a lot of unknown tomorrow. But I'm going Ricky Simone in the main. How would Stipe 2019 do against current day Gon? Stipe 2019 would beat him. Is Cody No Love getting brutally KO'd by Batista? Yes. Yes, he is. Ngannou's power is different. That it is. He has the touch of death. Sergey Pavlovich has nasty power, but it's not the touch of death. Just because you haven't been fighting doesn't mean you've regressed. Look at John Jones. What are we talking about there? Weasel started to lose me with his Izzy hate. I've actually quoted him on Twitter. Somebody retweeted his shit, and I quoted it. I forgot what I said. Oh, I said, I quoted it, and I said, somebody called the fire department. Izzy said the C word. The Weasel's quality has been declined significantly. His early breakdowns were thoughtful. Now he just wings it and has terrible takes. I don't know. I've never really watched him, so I can't really say if it's declined or been better. I'm not going to sit here and hate on somebody. I don't know. But yeah, I think I follow him on Twitter, actually. Let me double check. But I seen someone quote it. Yeah, I did follow him. Yeah, that's a horrible take. Izzy's going full-blown racist. I didn't think Izzy was like that. All right, you clown. All right, you clown. Wait, when's Cody fighting? Missed that announcement. He's fighting Mario Batista. I can't remember when, but it's not too far in the future. Jones was out of the game for 3 years, too, and look what happened there. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. We're saying you don't understand the take in terms of Henry Cejudo's been out for a while. How is he going to win? Blah, blah, blah. So on and so forth. Manel is just trying to put himself out there as a tough guy. I understand the upset of how Figgy didn't do a test before signing, but no need to say those things. Just looking like a clown. Exactly. If Shavkat wins his next 10 fights and finishes them, he'll be 28-0, 100% finish rate. Would people rate him higher than Habib? He would be. He should be. Ngannou's power is different. Agreed. Wait, when's Cody fighting? It's soon. Someone will put in the chat when it is. Weasel can be delusional at times. Okay. Prime Shane Carwin versus Francis. That'd be an interesting fight. I'd go Francis, though. Where the Pat Barry impression? Okay. I'm guessing the ref didn't see the headbutt in the fight, but how come that fight wasn't a no contest? Because Gordon versus Cream was a no contest. It should have been. They're fighting August 21st. There you go. Didn't Cop pop for PDs? I feel like I vaguely remember, but I don't know. Sterling versus Henry is an intriguing fight. I don't think it'll be easy on the feet for Henry. Aljo is long and awkward with his strikes. Yeah, I think Henry will be the better striker as long as he hasn't regressed rapidly. And I think he'll be able to defend the takedowns. Prime Rumble versus Jamal Hill. I'll take Prime Rumble any day of the week. But it all depends. I mean, if Rumble starts to face adversity, he quits every time. Like, Rumble was an absolute killer. But if he started to taste a little taste of resistance, just a little taste of resistance, and started facing a little hint of adversity, he packed it in immediately. He was ready to take the rear naked. So that was the thing about Rumble. The heart wasn't there in terms of fighting at a high level. And we saw that multiple times. We even heard his corner tell it to him. So I'll never forget. And I hate to even talk about him because, you know, he passed away and I liked Rumble quite a bit. But the way he fought Daniel Cormier in the second fight, I said I'll never ever buy a pay-per-view with Rumble Johnson on it again. So he basically threw that fight, in my opinion. He took it to his grave, but he threw that fight. If Dana had it his way, he could still promote on his deathbed. He is merely an executive in a larger corporation. If they want him out, he's out. Probably. Dumont made a mistake on her next fight. Chelsea Chandler going to KO. Remember this. Doubt it. I think both Kopp and Izzy should have to leave the UFC for what they said, to be honest. Yeah, for sure. Rumble was a cool dude that he was. How do you think Jose versus Cejudo would have gone if Aldo didn't pull out at 249? Looking back now, I'd probably take Cejudo, unfortunately. Did you hear about Bonner? It was a petty overdose, I'm assuming. Yes, I did, but that didn't surprise me. I thought that was what it was. If Sean Strickland loses his next fight, would it make sense for match him up with Kevin Holland? I think that would be an interesting fight and a funny build-up with both of them being trash talkers. I guess so. Makes kind of sense. Thoughts on PFL buying Bellator? It's not 100% official yet. It's just being vaguely reported. But I think it could be interesting to merge those rosters. Kind of felt bad when his whole corner walked out after the second DC fight, though, when he was retiring. Almost made me tear up. Yeah, dude, his whole corner knew he quit in that fight. I have a feeling that Strickland gets a shot if he wins. I believe he probably will as well. Apparently, what I heard through the grapevine was that Izzy wanted to fight Sean Strickland this summer, but the UFC wasn't about it. That's what I heard through the grapevine, okay? Per sources. But you didn't hear from me. Supposedly Izzy wanted to fight Strickland this summer. But UFC didn't want it. If Paul Craig had Izzy striking, do you think he'd be the GOAT? Probably. Thoughts on... Okay, read that. Fentanyl, okay. PFL can't afford it. We'll see. We'll see. After fighting Uriah Merab, Aljo, Piotr Jan's takedown defense is still 85%, which is wild to me. That is crazy. That is crazy. Back-to-back streams for me. Whole lot of pleasure from these. Yeah, if you guys are getting pleasure right now, please like the stream. Please like the stream if you are getting pleasure from it right now. Is he looking for that easy paycheck? Yeah. Maybe. Maybe just wanted a fresh matchup. But yeah. That's the word on the street. That's the word on the street. Don't get me wrong, Izzy's my favorite fighter at this moment, but watching him fight the same guys over and over again is getting boring. I don't think he fights Whitaker again. At least not next. I think the UFC's got something up their sleeve. There's something we don't know about right now. Hold up a second, guys. Hold up a second. You guys ain't going to believe this. Let me go double check this. I just seen somebody post this. Hold on. Let's go to Dan Hooker. Oh, he doesn't have a story. Oh, someone posted a thing of kangaroo running down around an apartment, and it said Dan Hooker's Instagram story is insane. And I was going to say, remember what I told you? I wouldn't mind Marlon versus Sean too, but only if they make Piotr versus Rob. If they don't, then make Piotr versus Marlon. Yeah, I want to see Sean versus Marlon too as well. How good is Scott Coker taking Strikeforce and Bellator to where they are? Where it's crazy. I don't think he's done anything for Bellator. If I was Bellator, the first thing I would do is fire Scott Coker. But he built Strikeforce up, so there's that. Is he just trying to fight anyone? I'm sure he'd fight Whitaker again if he had to. That is true. He'll fight anyone, but I just feel like it's going to be something else. I mean, Merab never really got Jan down. He did get him down a couple times, but it's hard to remember because it depends what they count a takedown, what they don't count a takedown. If Hamzat loses to Costa, Rob beats Dricus, the UFC do another Rob fight. Can't imagine anyone wants to see that. Hamzat versus Costa is not official yet. Izzy's looking for an easy fight is a funny statement. His resume speaks for itself. That is true. Merab wins fights by falling excessively with his takedowns. By failing excessively with his takedowns. He ended his last fight. Joey, Dana literally said out of his mouth the winner of Whitaker versus Duplessis fights Izzy at Sydney. They are icing Izzy till Sydney. Yeah, I'm glad. Everything Dana says is true for sure. Everything Dana says is true for sure. Do you think Izzy retires in the next 2 years? No. Simon by submission round 3. Wouldn't shock me on that one. What are they saving Hamzat for? He used to fight like 3-4 times a year. Now it's once a year for Lucky. I don't know what's going on. I want to make a video about that, but just haven't had an opportunity yet. He built Strikeforce into Bellator in his second place. Coker has been great, but his promotional abilities on this stage and matchmaking is weak. I mean, he hasn't built Bellator. Bellator hasn't really changed since Scott. I always want to know what happened to Bjorn Rebeny. I think Bjorn Rebeny was better than Scott Coker. Bjorn Rebeny. I'd love to know what he's up to nowadays. He was the off-brand Dana White. There's no information. I would love to know what Bjorn Rebney's up to nowadays. I thought he was a better president of Bellator than Scott Coker is. Some of you guys don't even know what Bjorn Rebney is. He's been gone for a while. He was the off-brand Dana. Let's see. When did he leave Bellator? He started Bellator, if I'm not mistaken. When Viacom bought Bellator, they removed him. Something along those lines. I can't remember. It's been since 2014. That's crazy. Joey, I got to wait for my tax return so I can afford to get my teeth fixed. I'm in constant pain. Love your videos and lives. Takes my mind off the pain. Dude, that's unfortunate. How much is the dental procedure going to cost? That's crazy. Joey, please explain to me how Merab didn't die in that Ricky Simone guillotine. I guess because he was squirming around. He was getting some blood. I don't know. It should have been a win for Merab. I think they make Shavkat versus Hamza at this point. It makes sense. I hope so. Joey, please explain to me how Merab... Okay, read that. Bellator is much more successful under his leadership now. Would Michael Bisping have been able to defeat Yoel or Whitaker? No. I'm late to the pleasure, but I made sure to shower. $2,500. That's crazy, dude. When you getting your tax return, bro? Dude, imagine they just gave Paulo the shot after the Luke win this summer. Oh my God, that'd been horrific. That'd been the same as giving Colby a shot. Cheeto versus Merab would be interesting. No, it would not be interesting. It would not be interesting. That'd be horrible. Merab would maul Cheeto badly. Merab kept riding the bike. That's why kept the blood running. Yeah, that's what I would guess. Joey, how did you see a hypothetical fight between Gas Dricus and Sober Costa going? Costa would murk Dricus badly. Early July, dude, that sucks, man. You don't have like a credit card or something you can put it on until you get it? You shouldn't have to deal with that pain. That's horrible. Stream. With some good hours of pleasure. Sober Costa's undefeated. Exactly. Honestly, I think Cejudo only beats Marlon and Sean in the top 5 of bantamweight division. You're not picking him. You're picking Aljo over Cejudo? I think I'm picking Cejudo. And I'm pretty confident in Cejudo, but we'll see. Dude, Luke Rockhold's already talking about returning to the UFC. What a clown. What a clown. Any hobbies of yours outside of disc golf and MMA? Lawn care? Used to play a decent amount of video games before I started the channel. Hiking. Taking my dog out to the park and stuff like that. Not really much room for anything else, honestly. Barely room for that. OBS freaked out for a second? What do you mean by that? Who does the winner of Simone versus Yudong fight next in the division? I don't know. We have to see how the division plays out. If I had to guess, the winner of Simone versus Yudong, they'll probably fight the winner of another fight up the division, or maybe fight Rob Font. I think. Something like that. Who wins, Demetrius Johnson or Merab? Probably Merab, unfortunately. What happened with OBS now? Now I got to go see for myself. How long ago was it? What happened? I would like to know. We need that gaming channel. I know. I just don't even have time to set it up. It's crazy. Who wins? Okay, read that. I hope Luke Alcole gets knocked out again. Yeah, me too. I swear, I think it's OBS that causes my internet to cut out randomly. Just rewatched the Simon. It was tripping. Just had to close out the stream. It's the same issue with the internet, and then you refresh. That's crazy. So it's got to be OBS then, because this time the internet didn't go out. But I've been watching the internet symbol like 24/7 while I'm using my computer now. I've never seen it go out other than on OBS. Joe, what web browser do you use on your PC? Chrome. Hey, Joe, I'm thinking of starting an MMA channel similar to you. Any advice or starting from pretty very basic level, but I have some past video editing? Just make it, man. Don't sit around not doing it. Just do it. Just do it. And you might be horrible at first, but just keep grinding, getting better, and do the best you can, and don't worry about what anyone thinks, and don't be too stressed over views because you're not going to get them when you first start. And just pump out content to improve. That's all I did. And, I mean, I'm not saying I'm some massive success story. I mean, I'm almost at 10K, but, you know, I wish I had more, but I'm just happy what I got for now. But when I started, all I did, you know, for anyone who goes back on the channel or has found the channel early on, I just started making videos about anything I wanted to make a video about, because it wasn't about any of the views on the videos. It was just about learning how to do what I wanted to do. What's the average BKFC viewer IQ? No way it's 3 digits. Yeah, probably very low. Just probably a bunch of crackers watching it. That's probably what we're hearing. That's probably what's going on there. Can you imagine being offended by that? Somebody right now in the chat's just clutching their pearls. Clutching their pearls. Can you believe he said that? He has some nerve. Who wins, Ben Askren or Sage Northcutt at 2018? Ben Askren. Yeah, make sure your videos have pleasure on them. Joe, you should represent Nike with how much he says just do it. Nah. I think Ricky Simone has a better resume than Yudong. Probably. Without looking at him right in front of me, probably. What's up, Mario, by the way? I seen your message earlier that said lurking, but I forgot to read it, I think. I think. I forgot to read it. I don't know, though. How is it already 1:30 a.m. and we've been on here for an hour? That's crazy to me. And Bjorn Rebney disappeared from the face of the earth. I wonder what his was the last public appearance. Bjorn Rebney. Scott Coker had a non-compete with the UFC after Strikeforce was bought. Let's see. Who started Bellator? Who started? I think it was Bjorn's. All Bjorn's. Yeah, it was Bjorn. He was the founder. That's sad. Dude got cut out of his own company. I didn't know there was an audience for MMA with loose rule sets. Yeah. Name your gaming channel. Pleasure Gaming. Maybe. Thoughts on Leon Edwards versus Nate Diaz historic non-title bout? This was just an absolute beatdown for Leon, but Nate rocked him at the end. I thought it was crazy they were doing that as a 5-round fight, but I guess it was kind of cool. It's the first ever non-title, non-main event that was 5 rounds. What would your reaction to be Khabib versus Ben Askren main event? I'd have been happy to watch Ben Askren get mopped. To get absolutely mopped. Piotr Jan is still crazy good. He'd never be an easy fight. Agreed. I'm so glad Pleasure became a meme here. It's just dishing out pleasure left and right. What would you rather be doing at 2 a.m. than pleasuring dozens of men at one time? I mean, seriously. Living the dream. Sounds like my Friday night, literally. Yeah, what do your Friday nights look? Yeah, I log into my computer, I turn on my camera, and I pleasure dozens of grown men at a single instance. It's very, very real. That is true. It's a very, very real. It's not a meme. How dare you? How dare you call it a meme? And we got UFC tomorrow. What time is the UFC card tomorrow? Let me go take a look. I can't believe you guys tune in every night. Basically every night. I'm just shocked at that. 7 p.m. main card Eastern. Yeah, I'm probably jumping on it. I'll be on at 7 p.m. tomorrow. My name is Finley, and I like to fight. Insert bagpipes. We got to get a pleasure meter in chat. Best takedown defense. Jose Aldo, I'll say. UFC Prob still wants Piotr fight Umar. That would be crazy. That would be crazy if they booked that next. That'd be insane. Do you watch the YouTube Martial Mind? No, I do not. I feel like I've never even heard of that. Maybe I've seen someone mention it before. I don't really watch any MMA YouTube channels. Like literally none. Thoughts on Leon Edwards versus Nate Diaz? I already answered that. Historic 5-round non-title bout. What do you mean, do I get the reference? What are you referencing? One of my early videos? Is that what you're doing? Umar should take his time with that, with the rush. Top 5 is not a joke. That's true. Honestly, 288 is pretty decent, not going to lie. Yeah, it's decent. That's about it. Joe, are you watching the atrocity of Pennington Aldana? I'm probably not going to stream that fight. I hate that I have to even do a prediction video. I'm going to throw up. It's not going to get any views either. Your all-time favorite title fight for each weight class. Damn, Jackson. Damn, you hit me with a crazy one. For flyweight, I'll say Brandon Moreno, Devison Figueiredo, 3. For bantamweight, Piotr Jan versus Aldo early was really good. I'm trying to think of one that was like crazy competitive. I'll go Jan versus Aldo, but off the top of my head, that's the best I can come up with. Featherweight, Aldo versus Mendez 2. Lightweight, Conor versus Habib, just because I love seeing Habib just smash him. Welterweight, Robbie Rory 2, I believe it was. Whichever one was at 189. I get it mixed up. Middleweight, probably Anderson Silva, Chael Sonnen 1. Light heavyweight, Glover versus Yuri. Heavyweight, I don't know. To be honest, Shane Carwin, Brock Lesnar was pretty crazy. But I will go with, I don't know. I'll go Stipe Miocic, Daniel Cormier 2. That's what I'll go with. Was 1 better than 3? I thought they were both really good. Martial Mind is a UFC gamer. Yeah, then I definitely don't watch it. That's your very first video? Yes, it was. Want to see if your thoughts changed since then? Yeah, it was historic. It was historic. The fight was really weird. That's crazy you went back and watched the very first video, dude. You must be a big fan of the channel. Hot take, Piotr Jan has a better chance against Umar than Merab stylistically. Okay, I don't think that's necessarily a hot take. Was one better? I almost said one, but then I remember 3 being super competitive and could have went either way. Where I remember 1, had the point deduction not happen, I thought Figgy definitely took it. What are some of your guys' favorite title fights of all time? Your channel means the world to me. Appreciate it. Gane versus Tuivasa was alright. What do you mean it was alright? What is that even about? For a dream heavyweight match, Dana White versus Tito Ortiz. I have no desire to see Tito Ortiz fight anyone ever at any point in his career. Jan versus Sandhagen. Yes, Jan versus Sandhagen is my favorite bantamweight. That's it. Jones versus Gus 1. Yeah, Jones versus Gus 1 is right. I should have picked that one instead. That one's over Teixeira. Chandler versus Oliveira. Honestly, that's another one that's great. Gane versus Francis is one of my favorite heavyweight fights. That wasn't that eventful. Hey, Joey, how do you see a hypothetical fight between your favorite and most hated fighters in each weight class all the time? Dude, I can't even think. That's so many layers deep. I can't possibly give an answer for that one. I really can't. Anderson Silva mops the floor with everyone at middleweight. Garbrandt Cruz. Garbrandt, another good one. This is just ridiculous right now. Something just cut off real quick. I think it's back to normal, though. Puelles versus Hooker. Joey hates them both. Yeah, that is true. Do you see UFC doing Diaz McGregor at UFC 300? No. Nope. I like Oliveira versus Gaethje. It was over way too soon, but fast-paced back and forth. Honestly, Oliveira Chandler might be the best lightweight title fight ever. It was crazy. So many momentum swings. I can't believe how many title fights I forgot just going right off the top of my head. Figgy Moreno 1 was better because it was at the Apex and you could hear everything. It was surreal. One of the best fights ever. Well, you're also offended by the word cracker, so I don't trust anything you say. To be quite honest. How sure were you UFC was signing Errol's checks? I know you're never going to believe me in a million years, and I would have said it. If I had a YouTube channel back then, I would have put it on it would have been on multiple videos, multiple streams. I would bet my life on it. And we found out to be true, and I knew for a fact it was. Dudes for sale. First fight was better. Third was more competitive. Okay. Figgy Moreno 1. Okay, I already read that. Can you name a title fight you'd like to see in each division? These questions. Look, the questions that have like 9 layers are going to take me 15 minutes to answer. Those ones are going to come with a cost, especially at 2 a.m. Gun to my head, the UFC cutting Errol's check. I say yes, and I live. Exactly. Gun to my head, does Ariel Helwani get his checks cut from the UFC? I say yes, and I think I live. I'd have to go with that. I mean, it was so blatantly obvious back then. He was the UFC shills of all UFC shills. Disturbing, too. Dude, Charles Johnson with that little ugly rat tail mullet thing. Beneil versus Charles, who you got? I've been flipping back and forth. I'm going Charles now. These people asking for 600 words essays. I usually try to answer them, but it's just those are too hard and too thought-provoking for 2 a.m. Tatiana Suarez versus Erin Blanchfield. Who wins? Make it happen, Dana. That's the fight. Suarez is moving down to strawweight, so it's not going to happen. I'd go Erin Blanchfield at this point in time, though. Is Sergey Power overrated? Does he actually have one-punch KO power? I don't think it's overrated. I think most people know he's kind of a TKO guy. But no, he doesn't really have the one-punch. Have you had America's Best lately? Maybe like a week ago or so. Do you think Habib would have fought Prime Tony, he would have won? Yes. Habib would have dominated Tony in his prime. Goatman Joey at it again with late night pleasure. Back at your demand. Pleasure at 2 a.m. Why did Tatiana fight at 115 in the first place? She's going back to 115. I want to see Oliveira versus Bahamondes for the title. Okay. Rappers used to have beef and then someone with a gun or knife would show up. What does that have to do with anything? I think Beneil is the worst matchup for Islam. I agree. Beneil has the best chance to defeat Islam, in my opinion. So I wish they weren't even making him fight Charles. I'd much rather them see him just jump into a title fight. To be honest. Yeah. How does Rosa Padilla go? That's from this week's card, right? Why did I feel like I just seen this? Oh, Julian Erosa. I don't know. I'm not super familiar with Padilla. I picked Julian Erosa, but I don't trust him coming in on 2 months after he got brutally KO'd. MMA Joe with Venom Gear versus Prime Roy Nelson will be a banger. Now would not dominate. Do you eat crab-flavored snowballs? Waist down like the guy from Percy Jackson and Lighting Thief because your streams are goated? I have no idea what all that means. But sure. How is Beneil overrated? I didn't say that, did I? Jeremiah, thank you for the $2 dono. Fave versus most hated fighter. Love the late pleasure. Who's my least favorite fighter? Who's my least favorite fighter? Chat, somebody tell me. Oh, I started mixing in 2 chats. Do you eat clap flavored snowballs covered in Old Bay while you're wearing Under Armour Ravens combo gear? No, I do not. But I do love some crabs. Dan Hooker, Amir Khani, Strickland, Dricus? Nah, not Strickland or Dricus. Hooker and Amir Khani are up there. Neil Magny and his hairline. Jeremy Stevens versus Aldo. That is true. Aldo is one of my favorite all time. Mike Jackson. Colby Covington. I wouldn't say Colby Covington is my least favorite. Masvidal. Honestly, it might be Dan Hooker or Amir Khani at this point. Jeremy Stevens, definitely. Juliana Pena's up there. It's not O'Malley or Marab. Who even likes Ortega? Tony Kelly? Tony Kelly. We'll go with Tony Kelly. I really don't like Tony Kelly or Jeremy Stevens, but Tony Kelly's funnier. So, who's my favorite fighter at the weight class? It'd be Tony Kelly versus Piotr Jan. Because Piotr Jan would be my favorite bantamweight. So, Piotr Jan would mop the floor. I would hope Herb Dean was the ref or Keith Peterson on a bender was the ref. So there you go. Thank you for the $2, Jeremiah. Celebrate the first super chat from Jeremiah Alchin. Appreciate the $2, my friend. There you go. It will be Piotr Jan versus Tony Kelly. Or if you want one more, it'd be Amir Khani at featherweight versus who's my favorite featherweight? Aldo. Americani versus Aldo. Aldo would brutalize him badly. Paddy Pimblett. Yeah, Paddy Pimblett's horrible too. Paddy Pimblett versus Habib. Brutal ground and pound TKO. Keith Peterson after he just got done eating a pack of cigarettes. Yeah. Hey, stop the fight. That's it. That's it. That's it, guys. Justice for Mike Grundy. Exactly. Justice for Mike Grundy. Molly McCann. Yeah, I hate Molly McCann as well. I like how you guys remember who I dislike more than I do. What's up, JJ? Who wins, Big John McCarthy or MMA Joey? Is that even a question? If I'm wearing my Venom gear, I'm catching a charge for murder. Yeah, or do Juliana Pena versus, I don't know. We'll go John Jones, one of my favorite, probably my favorite fighter all time to watch. I lost notifications. Please forgive Dan Hooker. Now, Dan Hooker's a bum, dude. I can't wait for Jalen Turner to smack him up. It's going to be a doozy. It's going to be an absolute doozy. What gives Beneil the advantage against Islam? He has great takedown defense. You taking Turner by finish or decision? Turner by finish, probably first round. It'll either be a TKO or he'll get badly hurt on the feet and then subbed with a guillotine. Sean P. and MMA Johnny seething in a trailer park right now watching Flat Earth documentaries. That is true. That is true. Joe, you've drank a total of 221 water bottles on your channel. There's no way. It's way more than that. I probably have 200 just in the last week. I'd probably say I drank at least three per stream. What's next for the Bonfin brothers? That's hard to guess, to be honest. They should get a big fight, though. I'd like to see him jump into the rankings, but that ain't going to happen. Let me take a look. Who could they match him up with next? The Bonfin brothers. I'd like to see maybe against like a Drakkar Close. Ismail Bonfin versus Drakkar Close, I think makes a lot of sense. Or a Paddy Pimblett, but that ain't going to happen. He deserves a jump up, for sure. The other Bonfin brother, what's he at? Welterweight? I believe. I hope I'm not mistaken. One's at lightweight, one's at welterweight, I think. Bonfin. I guess not, because I don't see his name anywhere on this roster list. Someone remind me, which division is the other Bonfin brother at? Man, could you imagine beating Habib would have put on Holloway? Dude, it would have ended Holloway's career. Is he middleweight? I don't know. I thought he was welterweight. Is he featherweight? I don't know. I get them mixed up. But I know the one's lightweight. Bonfin. I don't see him anywhere on these lists, so I don't remember. If we say 3 per stream, you have 106 weekly live chats and 135 watch-alongs. That's 241 times 3, about 723, but it's definitely higher than that because not even all streams. So I'd just say 1,000. At least 1,000, I'd say. I thought it was 172. I couldn't find him on the list of 170ers. I know one's at lightweight, the guy that fought Terrence McKinney. I thought the other one was at 170. Maybe I just went over his name. Here it is. Gabriel Bonfin beat up Monir Lazez. I would book him against maybe like a Nicholas Dalby next. So give me Gabriel Bonfin versus Nicholas Dalby. Because Gabriel, his win wasn't as impressive, if I'm remembering correctly. And then book Ismail Bonfin. Give him a good jump up. And probably fighting like a Jakar Close, I think makes a lot of sense. Maybe he can retire Clay Guida. How do you think Colby does at lightweight? It's hard to say. I had to see how the weight cut it would have affected him. I would pay to see Dover sleep Patty or Bobby Green would make him look so bad. Yeah. I'd pay for that pay-per-view for sure. I'd pay for that pay-per-view all day long. So, if Charles got the win against Islam, how would the fight have been him and Volk on? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Charles would have finished Volk. If he would have beat Islam, I'd have picked Charles. Beneil versus Ferreira was still one of my favorite fights in the past 3 years. Fair enough. What happens when Johnny finds out that 3D objects exist? What are you talking about? Dalby already has a fight. Does he now? Is Taporia the one to dethrone Volk, assuming he gets past Emmett? I think Yair might be the guy that gets past that dethrones Volk. I think he might be the one. I think he might be the one. Imagine Habib ended Holloway's career. He couldn't even finish Al Quinta. Holloway has an iron chin. Okay. Who would you like to see Hill defend the belt against next? Yuri. If it's not going to be Yuri, then Magomed Ankalaev. Really, Magomed or Jan would be fun. Colby versus Izzy at middleweight? No. Izzy would absolutely demolish Colby. Would demolish him badly. It'd actually be horrific. The head kick is there for Yair, but I think Alex pressures too much. It's going to be interesting. It's going to have to be the grappling of Yair. Yuri versus Jamal at 294 in Abu Dhabi would make sense. Supposedly, they're aiming for September, I think I saw someone put out there. That's just a rumor, though. Who does Pereira fight first at light heavyweight? I'm going to say he fights Johnny Walker coming off a win over Anthony Smith. Prime Connor versus Prime Tony. I'm going Prime Tony. Too much cardio for Connor. That bum Colby would get manhandled? Yes. Joe, if your fiance advocates for a Colby title shot, are you about to turn into a 53-year-old Dana White at a club in Mexico? Yeah, but worse. There's going to be a Boston Crab being busted out. For sure. We're going Boston Crab all the way. Boston Crab all the way. Be filthy. Just banging out a Boston Crab. Does Prime Chael beat Prime Izzy by sub or KO? Prime Chael gets KO'd by Prime Izzy. You see Bellator fighter Todd Bad Boy got arrested tonight? I did not see that. Colby Cherry Pickington, the legend of sitting in witness protection until he gets a winnable fight. If that ain't the truth, I don't know what is. Yair has legit the best chance of beating Volk in the division, agreed. You think there's a possibility for Conor and Chandler at UFC 300 considering Conor can't fight for at least 6 more months? I have a feeling it's not happening this year. When is UFC 300? Let's see. course, nothing. So we have 288 in May, 289 in June, 290 in July. Let's just go 294 in October, 295 in November, 296 in December, 297 in January, 298 in February. But does that March, April? It would be in April? I think the UFC is going to try to squeak it out and make UFC 300 in July. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me. So it's going to be in April or May, unless they try to somehow stall it to get it till July. I feel like the UFC kind of wants it to be in July. So they may. So think about it. They may do like a month and a half break in between two separate pay-per-views. I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's not going to happen until next July, UFC 300. Ariel would try to turn into Nate Diaz full-time lawyer if a video surfaced of him giving his wife a John Jones treatment. Agreed. Yeah, I think they're going to somehow try to space the pay-per-views out. Because think about it. You have 12 pay-per-views, right? Even if you space them out where you're talking 5 weeks instead of 4 weeks per pay-per-view, all you have to do is... You don't even have to do that for every single pay-per-view. Because so 8 of the 12 remaining pay-per-views, you would have to space out 5 weeks instead of 4 weeks. So we wouldn't even notice it, and they would make 300 fall in July. So, if we get another special color canvas at 300, I'm going to be pissed. Anyone notice how every time Conor teases a comeback, he promotes apple whiskey or something? He's juiced to the gills outside the USADA pool, gambling and drinking nightly. He's just using the media. I have a feeling he's never fighting Michael Chandler. Honestly, how do we know if Yuri's shoulder isn't fall off the bone after how badly they said it was injured? It's hard to say. We don't know. We truly don't know. Conor isn't fighting ever again. Don't be dumb. If Colby beats Leon and he's the worst champion ever, no. Bisbang. Don't think I'm an Izzy fan because I said that about Colby. Okay. Honestly, do we know? Okay, I already read that. John Jones was just sparring with his wife. It's all part of the fight game. Yeah. Just a part of the fight game, right? That was never confirmed, though. I hate to say it. I'd be saying it about anyone. People run with that, but we don't know for sure what exactly happened there. UFC can't keep waiting for Yuri when they have Hill, who's not injured. They may not be. They may already have a fight, but they just haven't announced it yet. They could already have a fight, they just haven't announced it yet. Which, I don't know. Still can't believe Bisping lost to 50-year-old Hendo. Yeah, I thought he lost that decision. What are the true top 5 at 205 regardless of who's getting what matchup? I don't know. Best fighter at 205. I'll say Alexander Rakic. Followed by Yuri Prohaska. Followed by Jamal Hill. Followed by Magomed Ankalaev. Followed by Jan Blachowicz. Hot take. UFC 100 and 200 were both in July, so they'll most likely wait. Yeah, they'll probably put like 5 weeks in between a pay-per-view in December. And then maybe they'll do like 6 weeks one time. Nah, Joey, what's your worst take? His own kids called the cops on him. That is confirmed. It's not confirmed. There's no confirmation that John Jones beat his wife. There's no confirmation of that ever. I believe it is against the law for them not to prosecute him if they suspect that he beat his wife. Okay? I'm pretty sure that's against the law. They had no 100% foolproof. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not sitting here defending him. It was a horrible situation. But there's no actual full-blown proof that he put his hands on his wife or he beat her. Let me put it that way. I've seen the police reports before, and they don't know. They don't know. They said she had a bloody lip. She said she had a dry lip. It's hard to say what exactly happened. It looks horrible. There's no doubt about that. But we can't say for sure. It might just look like a bad situation. So they're still together. At the end of the day, they're still together. So if she's willing to stay with him, I'm not going to sit here and clutch my pearls about it. And I said the same thing about Dana White, who I don't like at all. So okay. Let me see something real quick. But all right. There's no real evidence, so you can say what you want. It looked like a horrible situation. He may very well have, but you don't know that for sure by any means. I never heard anyone say, not his kids, not his wife, I never heard anyone say he beat her. So just because he was drunk and acted like a fool means all of a sudden he definitely beat her. I don't get it. But I think he's a piece of shit. He may very well have beat her, but that's not what the evidence necessarily we have the evidence to unequivocally say, which I don't like to jump the gun on anyone. Do you think Dana deserves the power slap title after his masterclass performance against his lover? Sure. Most affected domestic violence do stay, especially those who are successful. Exactly. Was it a big lag spike? I don't even know what's going on. OBS is just dog shit. I'm going to have to try StreamYard again. The state can't prosecute if his wife... Okay, whatever. Yeah, I think Jones might have hit her with a spinning back elbow. Seeing a lot of people saying Hamzat triple champ before a Burns fight. How do you think he does against Magomed at 205? He gets starched out cold badly. People want to call Jones guilty of beating her because of his past history. Exactly. It's just people who hate John Jones who want to label him a wife beater regardless of what he's actually done or not have done. So, maybe he took her to the ground. Maybe he battered her with elbows. But the evidence didn't show that. That should be a video idea one day. Title of the video: Did John Jones beat his wife? Let's see. What do we got here? Jones admitted to going through difficult times, but denied getting physical with her. Okay, that doesn't give us nothing. Let me take a look. Yeah, I don't know. I remember seeing the full thing. I never hit my fiance and our daughters were woken up after our confrontation. My daughters didn't see or hear us arguing. The real only thing I care to clarify outside of that, looking forward to moving forward without alcohol. It's the first time in my life where I'm actually ready to quit. Who knows? Who knows what actually happened? Either way, there's no concrete proof. People are just throwing out those accusations just to throw them out because they don't like him. You think he used the 12-6? Do you think the Chael Jones fight was an early stoppage? No. How did she get injured? What injury did she suffer? She said she had dry lips. At least Jones didn't do a Phil Baroni, sure. You should make the video before John Stipe if it happens. Yeah, maybe I will. You think John used 12 to 6 out? All right, come on. I ain't going to lie. I don't think John hit his wife. I don't know. He may very well. I just don't know. I just hate people acting like it's 100%. Yeah, oh, he definitely beat her. He definitely beat her. So, I don't know. A lot of people in the MMA community are brain dead. For me, I like to operate in reality. And based on facts and evidence, okay? I don't just like to say, okay, well, this is probably true because I dislike this guy. That's not the way I go through my life. Yeah, we'll never really know, unfortunately, so best to just move on. Yeah. At the end of the day, saying John Jones beat his wife is... You can it's basically the same as a non-statement as anyone. You could say any fighter beat their wife because there's no evidence necessarily that he beat his wife. You know what I mean? There's no evidence of it, so might as well just say, oh, okay. Brandon Moreno beat his wife too. Alexander Volkanovski beat his wife too. Only people that will ever know is John and his wife. Yep. I like to base my opinions on facts. Not opinions that I want to be true. Got to go off the facts for sure. For sure. Yep. Is it very possible he may very well put his hands on her? Yes. Is he a piece of shit if he did? Yes. But do we have unequivocal evidence that he did? No, we don't. No, we don't. So, yeah. Okay. Joe, I feel like you always have to go against the grain. Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right. Joe, I feel like you... Okay, are you read that? Did you see Max say he would love to box Tank Davis? Dude, I'm so tired of fighters talking about literally boxing nonstop. You always have to go against the grain. I just go at what's facts, all right? I just go about what's facts. That's the way I give my takes. Dude's just crying about it. When you read out that comment, Conor vs. Floyd was so ahead of its time. That's what caused this all to go on. That's what caused all this to go on. Where every fighter is calling out every boxer. So, it's super annoying. But yeah. Can't blame a fighter for trying to get a good payday. Yeah, but it never happens. It's not going to happen unless you're Conor. We're like a big, massive draw in MMA. So, saying John Jones is innocent is legit a bad take. Every time someone disagrees with you, they're crying. Well, you don't know that. That's what keeps boxing community on top of everyone. That's what keeps the boxing community on top of everyone else wants a piece of it. I know. It's literally everyone's always saying boxing is dying, but then you have the entire MMA community begging for those fights. MMA Joey, but his wife in the Boston Crab, that definitely deserves jail time. That is true. Conor versus Floyd was definitely worth the spectacle. I didn't watch it, so I don't know. I don't think John hit his wife. I'm going to be honest. It's more like Chael hits the women in the hotel lobby than John beating his wife. Yeah. John Jones is 100% innocent. I think his wife, if anything, she should have went to jail for that night. Is boxing bigger than MMA? I don't think so, but it's hard to say. I don't know. For their big, like, prime time fights, it seems like it. You mad at me, Joseph? Why are you not acknowledging me? What are you talking about? I would rather seen Conor defend his belt rather than that clown fight with Floyd. Exactly. Clown show. It was a clown show. I asked MVP versus Wonderboy. Wonderboy would starch MVP. My mustache is itching bad. Did you hear about the Ravens re-signing Lamar Jackson? I did. I don't know why he called him a bum. He's played pretty good. Someone else would have paid him if they didn't pay him. You know how fighters go to the hospital after fights? Name a few who probably never went whole UFC career. John did. Habib definitely didn't. I'm trying to think. Habib, I'll say Benson Henderson. I don't know. Du Plessis mops the floor with Izzy? Yeah, right. In what universe? Guys, do me a favor and like the stream. I would greatly appreciate if you guys would run up the likes on the stream. And also double check and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're going to go for a little bit longer. But I'm getting tired of sitting in this chair. I'm not even particularly tired, but I'm going to try to go to bed. But I'm tired of sitting in this chair. Diaz probably went to the hospital, but not as much as he needed to. Okay. Who would win, Prime Aldo or Sandhagen? I say Prime Aldo with the leg kicks, but it would be a close fight. Joey's right. Du Plessis is a beast. Yeah, for sure. I think Dricus Du Plessis is like a 3-weight champion. I think he can win at light heavyweight, middleweight, and heavyweight. For sure. Even in an alternate universe, Dricus can't beat Izzy. Dude, I honestly believe Izzy could tear both his ACLs and then still fight Dricus and win. Dricus is one of the worst fighters that made his way to the top 15 I've ever seen in my entire life. Imagine getting KO'd going to the club instead. Yeah. Everyone that gets KO'd gets like a brain injury scan, I'm pretty sure. Do you think Hooker deserves to get cut for his fairy tales after 284? Yeah. Everyone that hated Islam regurgitated him and then nothing came of it. Nothing ever came of it. Izzy could only kick against Dricus and still win? Exactly. I agree. Dricus is just horrible. Just horrible. Flat out horrible. But I guess he got a perfect road. A perfect road. And he is where he is now, but that road's coming to an end. That road is coming to an end. Against Robert Whittaker at UFC 290. Which is crazy. Let me see something. He almost got choked by a retired Brunson. Yeah, he looked horrible against Brunson. Is he won't take the fight now that Dricus got nose surgery? Yeah. Perfect road plus middleweight just sucks. Let's be honest. Weakest division outside of heavyweight. Yeah, heavyweight's definitely the weakest, but middleweight's probably second weakest. But yeah, Dricus would obviously KO Usman, Izzy, and Ngannou. He's the real... Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's a real African savage. That's true. That's 100% true. All right, guys, we've done almost another 2 hours. I will be live tomorrow as well. So you guys can join me tomorrow. I will be back for the fights. I need you guys all to do me a favor. If you guys don't do it, you're dead to me. I need you to go to my most recent upload. Watch it, like it, comment on it. Watch it, like it, comment on it. Link is in the chat. Watch it, like it, comment on it. It's my UFC 288 grading video. I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Goodbye, good night, and I'll talk to you later. And go watch the video in the chat. Good night.